Hello student. So here we are in our second session of Geography chapter 2, Physical Feature of India. In our last session we discussed till Himalaya mountain. So in this session we will start from the northern plain of India. The northern plain. The northern plain of India is formed by three river system. Means it is the interplay of the three river system. The northern plain form, that is the Indus, the Ganga and the Brahmaputra, along with their tributaries. The intersections of these all three rivers along with their tributaries form this full northern plain. This plain is composed of alluvial soil which has been deposited over millions of years. uh, Alluvial soil in more quantity is present in this plain, northern plain, and over millions of years it formed. The total area of the northern plain is about 7 lakh square kilometer. It is about 2,400 kilometer long and about 240 to 320 kilometer broad. So the deposition of alluvial in a vast basin laying at the foothill of the Himalaya over billions of years. Foothill of the Himalaya, more alluvial soil formed. Its spread already it is given 7 lakh square kilometer. This northern plain spread and it is about 2,400 kilometer long and 240 to 320 kilometer broad. The and it is very densely populated division of this northern plain with rich soil cover combined with adequate water supply and favorable climatic condition. It is agriculturally very productive part of India because alluvial soil is present over here. So because of this alluvial soil and the plain, northern where the area is plain, so it is more populated and very good for agriculture purpose also. Next, the northern plain is divided into three sections. That is the Punjab plain, the Ganga plain and the Brahmaputra plain. First, the Punjab plain. The Punjab plain form the western part of the northern plain. Punjab plain form western side of the northern plain. It is formed by the Indus and its tributaries. Like which are the tributaries of this plain? That is the Indus tributaries like Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Bees and Satluj. A major portion of this plain is located in the Pakistan. Doves around in this plain. Now what is the dove? The dove is a place in between the two river. That place is known as dove. So the river in their lower course split into numerous channels due to deposition of silt. This river that spread in the numerous channels because of the deposition of silt, and these channels are known as distributaries. Different channels, small channels are there and we call this channel as distributaries. And next, the larger part of this plain lies, already I told you, located is in Pakistan. The Indus and its tributaries, the Jhelum. So many tributaries are there, Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Bees and Satluj. All these originated in the Himalaya. This section of the plain is dominated by the Dove. Dove, already I told you, the place in between the two rivers. Now, like this, similarly, Punjab is also that made up of two words. That is Panch meaning five and Ab meaning water. Right? Now, next is the Ganga plain. This plain extends between Ghaggar and Tista river. So, this Ganga plain is situated in between the two river. Which two river? That is the Tista river and the Ghaggar river. The northern states Haryana, Delhi, UP, Bihar, part of Jharkhand and West Bengal lies in the Ganga plain. Next, Brahmaputra plain. This plain forms the eastern part of the northern plain and lies in Assam. So, like this northern plain is divided into three sections. That is Punjab plain, Ganga plain and Brahmaputra plain. Now the northern plains are generally described as flat land with no variation in its relief. It is not true. There is a variation. So this vast plain also have diverse relief feature. Different relief feature also present in this vast plain. This, according to the variation in relief feature, the northern plain can be divided into four regions. Which four regions? Bhabar, Tarai, Bangar and Khadar. So based on the relief feature, the northern plain can be divided into four regions, that is Bhabar, Tarai, Bangar and Khadar. Now first Bhabar. Bhabar, after descending from the mountain, the river deposit pebbles in a narrow bed. Pebbles is small pieces of rocks. So after descending from the mountain, the river deposited pebbles, right, in a narrow part. It deposited pebbles. The width of this belt is about 8 to 16 kilometer. So where the pebbles are deposited, that width is 8 to 16 kilometer, and it lies parallel to the Shivalik. This full pebble narrow belt lies parallel to the Shivalik range. Already we discussed in our first session about the Shivalik. This region is known as Bhabar. So what we call this region? Bhabar region, where pebbles deposited. All the stream disappear in this region. So whatever the water available, streams available, all these disappear under the pebbles. We are unable to see this water because of the pebbles. Now next is the Tarai. The Tarai region lies towards south of the Bhabar belt. Now Bhabar belt, where already found, we discussed that because of the pebbles this Bhabar belt formed. So towards the south of this Bhabar belt, Tarai region is there. In this region, the streams reappear and make a wet, swampy and marshy region. So here again in pebble, we are not able to see the stream, but here in Tarai, it is reappear again. Yeah, that water is appearing over there and make this area, this because of this water is available here, this water make this area wet, swampy and marshy region. So we call this region Tarai. Next, Bangar. Bangar is the largest part of the northern plain and is composed of the oldest alluvial soil. In this Bangar region, the part is oldest part and more alluvial soil is found over here. They lie above the floodplains. Above the floodplains, we are able to see this area. They resemble terrace. Terrace, it is looking like terrace. The soil of this region is locally known as kankar and is composed of calcareous deposit. The soil of this region is locally what we are calling this kankar and calcareous deposit found over here. Last, that is the relief feature of the northern plain is Khadar. The floodplains formed by younger alluvial are called Khadar. Younger means newly formed alluvial soil. Younger alluvial means what? Newly formed alluvial soil called the Khadar. Floodplains formed by younger alluvial soil. Whatever the floodplain form here, because of the newly alluvial soil called the Khadar. The soil in this region is renewed every year and is thus highly fertile. Every year this soil renewed, and because of this renovation, this soil is highly fertile. More agriculture processes possible in this Khadar area. So I hope that you understand all these four relief feature, that is the Bhabar, Tarai, Bangar and Khadar. Now next slide. The Peninsular Plateau. So in that relief feature we finish our this northern plain. Now next physiographic feature of India, that is the major physiography division. We already discussed, six are there. Under that we discuss Himalaya mountain. Second we discuss northern plain. Now third one is the Peninsular Plateau. In this Peninsular Plateau, three parts are there. Central Highland, Deccan Plateau and Chota Nagpur. Three parts are there. See the India map. So in the center part, that is this first one is the Central Highland. Second, this is the south part Deccan Plateau, and the third one near this Odisha and Jharkhand, that is the Chota Nagpur. The Peninsular Plateau is a tableland. Now what is this tableland? Plain area, and it is little bit high above the plain ground. So what we are calling this? Tableland. It is composed of the oldest rock because it was formed from the drifted part of the Gondwana land. Already we discussed in first that session Gondwana land. What is Gondwana land? So because of the drifted part of the Gondwana land, this peninsular plateau form, it is looking like a tableland. Broad and shallow valley and rounded hills are the characteristic feature of this plateau. So which are the characteristic feature of this plateau? That is the broad and shallow valley and rounded hills are present in this peninsular plateau. Important characteristics of this peninsular plateau. Now the Peninsular Plateau. See the division of the Peninsular Plateau, the Central Highland, the Deccan Plateau. Now Central Highland, the Malwa Plateau, the Bundelkhand, the Bhagelkhand and the Chota Nagpur. So these all are the part of the Central Highland and the Deccan Trap, the Western Ghat, the Eastern Ghat, the North East Plateau extension. So we will discuss one by one all these division, two division, main division. Now see here distinguishes given there. So we will go one by one. We'll discuss this one by one. They lie, now Central Highland first. They lie to the north of the Narmada River. Central Highland towards the Narmada line means present to the north side of the Narmada River. They are bounded by the Aravali Hills, mountains, Vindhya Range, Malwa and Chota Nagpur Plateau. The Chota Nagpur Plateau marks its eastward extension. Its slope is from west to east, slope from the west side to the east side of the Central Highland. Now Deccan Plateau. They lie to the south of the Narmada River. So here Central Highland, north of the Narmada River and it is Deccan Plateau south of the Narmada River. They are bounded the Eastern Ghats and the Western Ghats. Two parts are there, Eastern Ghats and Western Ghats. The Mahadev, Kaimur Hills and the Maikal Range make its eastern part. Its slope is from southwest to northeast. From southwest side to the northeast side it spread. Now we will discuss about the western and the eastern Ghats. They make the western and the eastern edges of Deccan Plateau. Western edges means boundary. So these Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats make the edges of the Deccan Plateau from the west side and the east side. The average elevation of Western Ghat is 900 to 1600 meter compared to 600 meter in case of Eastern Ghats. The Eastern Ghats stretch from Mahanadi Valley to the Nilgiri in the south side, eastern south part from Mahanadi to Nilgiri. The Western Ghats causes oceanographic rain as they face the rain-laden wind from the west side. So Western Ghat oceanographic rain they got as they face towards the laden winds of the west side. Laden winds means what? Moist winds. From the west side they are getting this. Moist laden wind. See here, the first one is showing the Indian desert, that is the Rajasthan part. We are able to see this. So here this first one, it is located here on the Indian map. That is the Indian desert area. Thar desert present over in this area. That is the Rajasthan part. Now second one, see here, Western Ghat. This is Western Ghat. See, full, and this one is the Eastern Ghat. Okay. So Western Ghat, Eastern Ghat and the desert. The Indian desert. It lies toward the western margin of the Aravalli Hills. It is an undulating sandy plain covered with sand dunes. It receives very low rainfall below 150 mm per year. Luni is the only large river in this region. Barchans means what? Crescent shaped dunes covered larger areas, but longitudinal dunes become more prominent near the Indo-Pakistan boundary. It can be seen in Jaisalmer, Rajasthan. The Indian Desert, the Great Indian Desert, also known as the Thar Desert, it is located here. See this on the map is a large arid region in the northwestern part of the Indian subcontinent with an area of more than 2 lakh square kilometer. It is the world's ninth largest subtropical desert. The Indian desert lies towards the western margin of the Aravalli Hills. It is located in the west side of the Aravalli Hills. It is having sandy plain covered with sand dunes. Sand dunes means what? When the wind blow, very fast wind blow, and sand is also blowing with the wind and form a small mountain like dunes. We are calling this sand dunes. This region receives very low rainfall, less than 150 millimeter per year. It has arid climate with low vegetation cover. Very low vegetation is available here because water is not here. Streams appear during the rainy season. Soon after it disappear into the sand as they do not have enough water to reach the sea. And the Luni is the only large river in this region. So here we finish our second session, completed our second session, and we will continue in our third session, the remaining part of this chapter. Till that, goodbye, take care.